Good morning. It is 8 o'clock on the start of a Friday. Glad you're with us for Second Cup. Yes, ASMR.
I'm hydrating.
Is it ASMR or
Yeah.
AMSR?
ASMR.
Okay, yeah.
Like audio sensory something response.
I love it. Glad you're with us for this Friday edition of Second Cup. Take a deep breath.
Friday.
Does that feel good?
Rebecca Black made that song for a reason.
Yeah, she sure did.
Gotta get down on Friday.
Really glad to be with you. Today was like one of those weird mornings. It was really tough to get out of bed.
Extremely tough to get out of bed. Just felt like I'm dragging myself for like the first 10 minutes of the day. And I was like, ooh, I'm dragging myself a little longer.
Yes.
Oof.
It's getting later and later too.
And then it was cool outside this morning. Saw some snowflakes on my car.
Jealous as the heat was turned on.
Yeah,
I know.
girl. I keep toggling back and forth right now. I'm like, the other day it was 70 degrees. Had to turn the air on. Turned it off, and I'm like, ugh, the heat's back on.
Right, I know.
It's too much.
I had the heated seats and the steering wheel on this morning. It felt so good. You're right.
Oh, you have the heated steering wheel?
Yeah.
That's too good. I need that.
Bougie.
A little bouge.
Listen, you
Ed
get what you
Ranch,
pay
a
for.
little bougie?
Me? Moi?
What?
Happy birthday, Connie.
Happy birthday, Connie.
How old are you?
Happy birthday, Connie. Connie, it's your birthday.
That's so great. I'm hopeful that you have a great day.
Are you in Aries, Connie? Are we at the Aries point?
Oh,
I'm gonna
probably.
look it up. We should be close.
Jeanette says sore throat, too much time outside in shorts and t-shirts. I know. Honestly, I was telling my parents, this is how people get sick.
Oh, yeah. Going
Right?
back and forth, not knowing what to wear. I took the lining from my big coat for today. I was like, well, if it's 40 during the day, I don't need the huge
Right.
coat. But if it's going to snow next week like it's supposed to.
Woof.
Also confirmed, Connie's an Aries.
I
you
love
fire
this.
sign you.
Anita says, I never thought I would use or want a heated steering wheel, and I absolutely love it.
Stella confirming that you're bougie.
Well, you know what? You get what you get. And you don't get upset. And
Connie.
I just love it. Connie, yes, we are.
And she'll never tell her age.
Oh, okay. I'll never tell. I love that. Okay. Anything good going on this weekend?
Yeah, what are your plans? This is one of those weekends, I don't know, it feels like an in-between one because we
Yeah.
had St. Patrick's Day last weekend. Hopefully you're out and about, partying, throwing back some car bombs. And
Is that what you were doing?
maybe. But then this weekend, I'm taking time to sit my butt down.
Good for you.
I need to rot, sit on the couch, throw on some nonsense TV, catch up on Survivor, watch some basketball, and just have a weekend.
My sister was off yesterday, and I called her, or she called me, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, I'm rotting on the couch.
Gotta have some
And I'm
rot
like,
time.
why? Come work out with me. She's like, no way. No way.
See, I do both. I have to do a workout and I have to earn my rot.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a long run, probably Saturday or Sunday. I don't know how long.
Good
but
for you. At
we'll
least you're
effort
getting out
that,
there.
And then I gotta kick the feet up.
Sarah, glad you're with us. Dino Day at the Buffalo Museum of Science tomorrow. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I love dinosaurs.
Look, there's a lot going on around Western New York, whether you are aware or not. And so if you're looking for something to do on this in-between weekend, we got you covered. Johnny with a Body over here is putting 7 things to do in Western New York in the comments right now.
Bang.
So that you can check it out for yourself. Lori says there's a huge basket raffle for all the CEOs in Attica tomorrow. Where is that, Lori?
Yeah, let me know. Let us know.
We know, a couple thousand were laid off from their jobs as a result of those illegal strikes that happened within the last month or so.
Mark is going to be watching horse racing to the road to the Kentucky Derby. We're getting close to that time of year.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
May, right?
Oh,
Isn't that usually when the Derby is?
Yeah. So this is like what gets us there. I think some of the lead ups, like the Preakness is one, I believe.
Yes.
What are you doing this weekend?
We are going to celebrate my sister's 35th birthday. So, I talk about my sister all the time, and we hated each other growing up.
It's rite of passage.
But she's genuinely my best friend, and I don't know what I would do without her. So we were
Dana.
supposed to go and celebrate her birthday when she turned 30, but she turned 30 March 22nd, 2020.
We all know
And
what happened.
That was literally the week that COVID hit and everything shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So we are 5 years later, rip roaring ready, a little bit older.
Doing it.
But we're going to do it nonetheless. Okay, so Lori says that basket raffle is at the Attica American Legion on Market Street.
Okie
Okay,
dokie.
yeah, great to know. Lori, thank you very much. And Anita says 2,000 terminated, over 2,000 retired or resigned. Yes, Julie. Yes. Yes. Johnny with a body. Va voom, she says.
You're gonna show up and not even say anything, just to grin and take your
I
compliments.
brought him in.
Oh.
I'm giving the people what they want. It's the mug. You kidding me? All right, bye.
So yeah, it's a good time to be here in Western New York.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this because I see a comment here already about from Karen with the delivery charges for power and energy. With a smart meter, we're seeing people now getting bills from $800 all the way up to $1,800.
Oh my gosh.
As a result of perhaps this smart meter.
You know, I would pass out, I think, if I saw it go up
Right?
that much. I mean, the one guy said he was paying like what, $200,
Mhm.
and then it went up to 400. And obviously, energy prices are going up already. So I think you anticipate, okay, maybe my bill's going to be a couple more dollars. But that's not a couple more dollars. That's
Right.
a couple hundred more
That's a lot
dollars.
more.
And then we talked to the CEO and president of NYSEG, and she says when you get the smart meters might make a difference, but also these smart meters are now detecting how much energy you're using, possibly better than the system before. So
Right.
maybe they're picking up things that the other system wasn't picking up, so they're charging you a little bit more.
And maybe you were getting a discount.
Right.
So
Still tough, though.
Karen says the delivery charge is ridiculous. And what is this recovery charge last month? It was $1 on our bill. The new bill was $146. I think NYSEG is disguising it so we pay for the new meters. Our bill has never been this outrageously high. Anita saying it's doubling. It's a lot of money for a lot of people. And the CEO was on Voices last night with Michael Wooten, so John put in a link to that story for us. But needless to say, the outrage continues to grow. And now not only is NYSEG installing these smart meters, but so too is National Grid. They're
Yeah.
rolling them out across upstate New York as well.
And I asked them when they first introduced it, people are having issues.
Right.
Will they see the same issues? And they were like, no, everything should be fine. We're using a completely different system than NYSEG, so ours should be okay, but time will tell. But Angela's chiming in saying you should also look into National Grid because her bill almost doubled, and 90% of the time it costs more for delivery than the actual usage.
The smart meters, the CEO says, will eventually help you save money over time. So is this just like a really tough pill to swallow at first?
Kind of the start of it, and then it'll
Right.
kind of trickle down. It just when you introduce something new, it's like shock to the system.
Right. Literally sticker shock. Now, we should also point out that if you are interested in opting out of these smart meters, you certainly can. I think it's like $13 or $14 a month to do that. And, is the cost worth the benefit? That was the question that I was trying to ask this morning because, for so many people, they're paying a lot more. So $13 is kind of minimal comparatively. But I don't know if it saves you money over time. Is that $13 charge worth it?
Yeah, they also say you can go through because they'll tell you, hey, how you're using your energy. Your fridge is taking this much. Your Peloton's taking this much.
Well,
your
and that's
this
what
or
Kathy's
that.
saying here.
Yeah, so they explained to her every single thing that's plugged into an outlet. Even though it's not on, it's still taking electricity. So just start unplugging things when you leave the house, and it'll probably save you a couple bucks.
She says that made sense to me after seeing our bill. We've got NYSEG. And then Kim says National Grid said that they were going to start in Angola. I don't think they did yet, but I have not decided if I want it or not. Anita says I never got one, and I'm so glad. Oh, and Kim correcting me. Thank you, Kim. $11 a month.
For the opt-out.
John says if we live like Abraham Lincoln, we don't need electric no more. If you can do it, you want to live by candlelight?
I got to show you this guy on TikTok who lives like that, and he like bakes and stuff in this like old-timey apartment. He has like a Model T. And he lives in this like weird. He's an interesting character,
Yeah,
but
seriously.
I'm not trying to live like him at all. You know how people say like, "Oh, I was born in the wrong generation."
Yeah, like
I
our
should've
5
been-
a.m. producer Taylor. I mean, excuse me,
Yes,
Jordan.
Jordan, that girl was born in the wrong generation.
Seriously.
she's big. Rick Springfield. What is the hit me with your best shot?
Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar. She's
She's
definitely
so funny.
she's an 80s baby here in 2025. But I was born in the correct generation. I could not have done with like candlelight
No.
and whatever the plumbing situation was. I wouldn't have made it.
You're an iPad baby, right?
I am an iPad baby. Sometimes I bring my iPad to work and I'm doing my makeup and I watch my shows. I'm in my apartment. I'm running around with my iPad. I'm sitting with my pencil, doing my little stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That is so funny to me.
Can't live without the pad.
I want to bring up Anita's comment here because Taylor, Isaiah, I think is what she's talking
Yeah.
about. Yesterday, you told us the story, and it was so beautiful and so well done. And we heard from Emily Monshine from Gigi's Playhouse today, yesterday rather. And what we should mention today is that it is World
Down
Syndrome Day. World Down Syndrome Day, right? And 321. And what she says here is really important, and I want to bring it up because I think it's indicative of what we're doing here. She says, Taylor, your story about that little boy was so frustrating and touching. Thank you for giving them a voice. And really, that's our mission here.
Yeah, those are the stories we want to tell. And I'll tell you what, going into this week, our plan was to partner with Gigi's. We're doing a Give 7 campaign, give $7, because the programming they do is free. And in order to sustain that, if you just give a couple dollars, whatever you have, it can help them do great things and support families like Isaiah's. And when we were going into this week, we were like, okay, we want to tell a couple stories, share the voices of people with Down syndrome, because Emily was like, visibility for these people is so important. They don't
Sure.
see themselves represented on
Right.
television. And every single day this week, we've seen a person with Down syndrome on TV. And I think that's huge. But I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I didn't know the people I was going to meet, the stories I was going to be telling. I mean, obviously, I know Emily's not going to leave us hanging. She's so
Right.
wonderful. But when I met Isaiah's family, I was like, I can't believe this happened in Western New York. I can't believe this is something that happened to this family, that there was a situation where it's possible this baby might not have been born if they would have stuck with the doctors that they
Right.
were with.
They would have given the baby palliative care. And you know what Emily was saying yesterday is really poignant. The fact that a doctor said, we cannot operate on your baby who is in utero, and we cannot do that because they have Down syndrome.
Or we won't, rather.
And then instead saying, okay, we'll give that baby palliative care is mind numbing. Can you imagine? And then in this like heartless manner to let the parent know about that by a message in the portal.
Right. A message in the portal saying basically you need to start grieving the loss of your unborn child.
Insane.
If you haven't seen it yet, there is a Instagram video on my Instagram, Taylor.eps on Instagram, and we did have all the information to not only how you can donate, but we tell that story, and then the rest of it is on WKBW.com. I encourage you to take the 2 minutes, watch the story. They were a beautiful family. If anything, it'll make you smile just to look at the pictures of them and how cute he is as a baby. I mean, he's going to have such a wonderful, long life.
With
after,
great parents.
At one point, he was told that he couldn't have that life. So
Crazy. And we'll also link you to that story in the comments here.
Lorianne, you missed it.
You missed the
girl.
conversation, Lori. There was no date.
The date was canceled. It's not happening. Also, Jeff says, can you imagine me walking through the yard in the middle of the night to an outhouse?
No, you want to talk about bougie? Me being bougie.
Because
Hello.
I'd be in tears. I'd be like, is there glamping in the 1800s? Well, not for me.
So funny. No, there was no glamping for anyone in the 1800s.
Maybe after the
Taylor.
Emancipation Proclamation. Juneteenth coming up.
Jesus.
Oh, come here,
Doggy.
Hi,
Who
look
are you?
at this, guys.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
morning.
How are you?
Good morning.
This is Bo. Bo is our
thank you,
sales
buddy.
manager's dog who, hi, my man. Oh, he just
So
came running right
happy,
in.
So friendly, pets in the morning. This is what you need on a Friday.
Seriously. Oh
You
my
good
God.
boy.
From the Emancipation Proclamation conversation
Straight
to
Bo.
the dogs. Great. Here we go. Oh, Taylor, I know. This is so great. Bo, you want to speak? Can you? Oh, hi. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks. Okay, bye.
He's had enough.
He's like, oh, Johnny with the body.
He's going up for the John. Stop, how cute.
What a visitor.
Oh my gosh, what a good buddy.
So Lori is our sales manager here. Right, a star is born. So handsome. He's like, okay. I'm
that was
out.
it.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
Drive by.
Another thing I wanted to talk about here this morning, and I think this is really important. We have been talking about this allegation of a cover-up within the Erie County Sheriff's Office and the Buffalo Police Department for a couple of weeks now with this guy, Dan Granville, who was driving this truck on an April night last year on Buffalo's west side. He crashed. We see the pictures. We know that for a fact. We've seen the police reporting where Granville's sister-in-law signs off on the police report. She's a police lieutenant, but nothing ever happened to the chief of intelligence and narcotics within the office.
We've asked for transparency. You saw that press conference that he was a part of. And we asked him point blank, do you have anything to say about these allegations? He said no comment. We asked the sheriff point blank, do you have anything to say? Where is the transparency in your department about all of this?
Well, and so the sheriff at that point, when he was asked those questions, basically said, it's an allegation. This is just a car accident, despite the fact, as Anita mentions, Granville crashed into 7 cars that were parked, no less.
And we have to settle those cases with these people because they're filing claims, of course.
Right.
And who has to foot the bill? The taxpayers.
At a cost of $60,000. Now the question is, was he on duty or was he off duty? Because if he was off duty, then realistically, the county controller says Granville himself should be forced to repay that money. It shouldn't be the burden of the Erie County taxpayers. But what's interesting here, and it kind of dawned on me today, that in covering all of this, I spoke with Garcia as a candidate for Erie County Sheriff when he was running against Kim Beatty for the Erie County Sheriff's Office. I asked Garcia, okay, knowing what happened with Tim Howard as sheriff and how opaque that administration was, how do we switch the narrative now? And how do we create this 180 dynamic of sorts where transparency is now at the forefront? And this is what he had to say in 2021. How do you increase transparency and how do you increase that public accountability?
Transparency is so important. As a resident of Erie County, as a resident of Buffalo, and as a voter, I want to know what's going on with my elected officials. So it's very important to have that transparency, that public trust, and we will have that from day one. And the way we will have it is always be in front of the issues. If something does go wrong, you get in front of it.
So if something happens, the sheriff says, you get ahead of it by talking about it with the media, because the media disseminates to the public, and that's where he said he gets his news from, which is great. But what didn't happen this time around is that no one said anything about this for a year. And now to hear the sheriff who preached transparency say, oh, this is just a car accident, nothing to see here, folks, doesn't really say transparency to me.
Yeah, and this happened a year ago, too. When did we find out about this? When did we know about this? Jeff Baker saying transparency seemed to be clouded in this case.
Right.
Anita says it is transparent that it was a cover-up.
It doesn't matter. It was a work vehicle. Mark wondering who had the insurance coverage. Either way, that should pay first, then whomever is at fault should pay. So the people who were affected here filed claims.
Right.
And filed claims against Erie County because it was a county-owned car. So Erie County paid the bill at a cost of $60,000. But why? And why did the city, or excuse me, why did the county controller pay this out without asking any questions? So now there are major questions about the cover-up, and the Erie County legislature is going to be investigating this to figure out where are the cracks in this case.
Yeah, how does this kind of thing happen in Erie County? Someone said it's scary that he's in charge of illegal drugs. I mean, this is someone who is tasked to protect our community, and then this happens.
So Kathy says, I mean, how many cars did he hit? 7 or something? Yes, he hit more than half a dozen cars. Jeff Baker says, this should have been handled by another law enforcement agency. And Elizabeth, to that point, says, are we really surprised here? Law enforcement protects itself. I bet he wasn't drug tested or breathalyzed after the accident. And that's right. I mean, so there is no indication here that he was ever breathalyzed, that he was ever given a drug test, even though there are claims out there that he was driving under the influence. And again, to further reiterate that point, his sister-in-law, a Buffalo police lieutenant, signed off on the police reports. The accidents are documented, but it stops there. So now, even in the Buffalo Police Department, there's an internal investigation. There are questions about who's covering up what and why this happened.
It's very interesting and very sticky to the point where it's getting national attention from people who like to hold law enforcement accountable for these kind of things. They're hearing about this.
Right. And so our Kristen Morand has done extensive reporting on this, speaking with that national agency, basically saying that this is weird because, normally when something like this happens, somebody gets in trouble, and lo and behold, no one did.
Right.
That's right, Jeff Baker. Anita says, start from him and go up the line. That whole thing is cracked. Maureen on Twitter saying, the accident happened at midnight. Tell me he wasn't under the influence. Barb saying maybe he needs AA. Linda, if this had been someone else, they would be brought up on charges because of who he is. He gets away with it.
It's the question of, do people think they're above the law?
And what do you think? Is that the case here? Kathy says, keep in mind we had a change of BPD commissioner recently too, so, what are you trying to insinuate here, Kathy? Please be a little bit more explicit. I would love to hear what you're thinking. Anita says, it's messy and ugly and not a good look for our whole area.
Certainly not the best look.
But for a sheriff who preached transparency, and then for him to say something along the lines of, oh, this is just a car accident and it's only an allegation, and oh, by the way, we're not going to investigate, something's a little bit off.
I'm so glad you found that today and dug back 4 years ago to find, his promises. Because I think that's so important when you're trying to hold the people that we elect accountable. You say all these things to get us to vote for you. Let you win the election. Are you going to follow up? Are you going to do what you said you would do?
Yeah, you talk the talk, but can you walk the walk?
Exactly.
So John is going to link us to those comments. In the comments here, the sheriff's statement, Barbara says there is no local or state rule that another agency, i.e. state trooper, that takes over officer-involved accidents or duties. I don't know, and maybe that needs to be the case. I mean, often when there's like a police-involved shooting, the attorney general's office steps
Takes
in.
over.
Not
There
the
are
case
questions,
here.
so the AG's office step in here.
Right. Anita, accountability and transparency. Elizabeth says, hopefully the new administration will start getting rid of the old boys club that has been in charge for the last decade. And then Shonda says, has nobody learned in life it's who you know in every aspect of life? Bottom line here, we are posting those comments here. This is the link for you. So make sure that you're checking that out, sharing that around, because I think the knowledge is power here.
Yeah.
Right?
Let people know.
Should we talk about restaurant prices going up as well?
Let's talk about restaurants. It's like, okay, it's a Friday night tonight. If you had to choose like your chain restaurant that you want to go
a
to.
chain.
Yeah.
God, I haven't been to a chain restaurant in God knows how long.
Really?
Yeah.
In Buffalo, you really don't have to go to chain restaurants, and that's the best thing because we have so many good local restaurants.
Okay, what chain would you go to?
I don't even know. I like Chili's, Triple Dipper.
Chili's, okay. I would say Applebee's, I guess, or Five Guys.
Oh, I like Five
can I
Guys.
tell you? I used to love going to Wendy's, and I still do like going to Wendy's.
4 for 4.
Yeah.
Biggie bag.
JBC,
Excuse me?
all the way. Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
Oh, sure. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Applebee's, Chili's. Okay, so here are some that people are
Erin.
saying the prices are going up at some of these restaurants. IHOP,
Okay.
International House of Pancakes. I like IHOP. I haven't been in a minute. I'm a big breakfast fan. Okay,
Do we have any IHOPs here?
we
I don't even-
do. We do. I've been to one with my dad and my sister once. I think it's in like Cheektowaga by where like the Planet Fitness is. off
Oh,
of
okay.
Walden. I think there's one there, and there's another one somewhere else. Okay, Texas Roadhouse.
Love Texas Roadhouse.
I've only been there once, and it was on a date, and it was awful.
Oh, real? The date or the food?
Both. TGI Fridays.
I'm not a huge fan.
Not a huge fan. Also, the one downtown is
Closed.
No more. But okay, IHOP prices rising more than 80%. Texas Roadhouse, prices rising more than 46%. TGI Fridays, 45%. Wild.
So, do you choose to go out or do you choose to buy from the grocery store and stay home? We heard from John Matarese this morning that beef prices are on the rise. So, just in time for, like spring grills and cooking out, beef prices are going up.
Everything. Also, those percentages is the increase over the last 5 years. So 5 years ago compared to now, you're paying 80%, 46%, 45% more, which is kind of wild. I went to Outback recently for the first time in a long time.
Did you get the blooming
I
onion?
did not get the bloomin' onion, but their bread is so good.
Yes.
And honestly, I thought it was a steal.
What'd you pay?
Probably like $21.
Okay.
I got a steak and I think we shared an appetizer. And I think I just got a regular drink, but my friend got this flight of margaritas on a boomerang.
Ooh.
One of them was really gross, but some of them really good.
Della says, I choose to cook.
I feel you, girl.
Janelle says it's expensive to eat out and to eat at home. Yeah, no
No
kidding.
matter
You go to the
what.
grocery store and it's super expensive, though we're just finding out that egg prices are actually dropping. And you found some cheap eggs this week at Tops.
Yeah, you can get the Creer family brand, local brand. It was $3.19.
I love that. So, yeah, a Clarence Farm, local eggs sold at Tops have the lowest price this week.
But
That's pretty
had to,
awesome.
We had to kind of hunt for that. You had to go on the website, search low to high. I feel like usually you go to the eggs, you just pick them up. You're like, okay, they're four or
Right.
whatever. You really got to like hunt through, look and see if there's any of those deals or anything. Maybe go
That's
store to
smart.
store. Yeah, the IHOP is in the Thruway Plaza on Maple in Williamsville, and then Walden Avenue near Harlem. Yes, that's the
Okay.
one I'm talking about.
Lynette says, stay home, it's cheaper. I like Longhorn.
Longhorn.
It almost just happened
I
again.
like Longhorn.
I do like Longhorn.
I don't think I've been a Longhorn in a long time. Somebody brought up. Anita says she paid $150 for 4 people
Wow.
at Outback. What's that per person? Quick math.
$30?
That's not bad.
No, that can't be right.
37.
Okay.
That's not horrible.
That's
If you had
close.
drinks and stuff.
That's close. Jeff Baker says, I prefer to smoke meat and drink beers. My man, can I tell you, when I'm grilling, if I don't have a cold beer in my hand, something is wrong.
You grill?
I love grilling.
Look
That is,
at you.
That's like, honestly, one of my favorite things to do. I love cooking on the grill. I love I don't know, there's something about being outside and
Oh no, like the wind in your hair, the
Yeah.
smoke's coming out.
the smell of the propane when you first turn the grill on. That's one of my favorite things. I feel like it brings back such childhood memories.
Yeah, being outside with the family.
Yeah.
That was the best thing ever. In the summer, we'd be like, what are we eating? Obviously, we're grilling.
Right.
Like, no matter
Chicken,
what, we're
steak,
turning the grill
sausage.
on, throwing, some barbecue chicken on the grill.
There's nothing better.
What kind of beer are you holding while you're grilling?
Okay, so I just bought a 6-pack of. So we made corned beef and cabbage last weekend for St. Patrick's Day, and I got Guinness and Killian's Red Ale. I think also
Ooh.
delicious. But honestly, a Mick Ultra will do. Just something quick and easy.
Yeah, you know I don't do beer.
Blue Light. I know that's really like Breadwater.
It's
those two.
100%.
But give me like a Day Burner or a Pils Mafia. I
Mickey
love
Boodle.
those. Yeah.
That's a good one.
John, are you a beer drinker?
In my formative years, I was.
But
Not so
now,
much anymore.
what are you?
If I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna have whiskey.
Wow. Okay. The
Yeah.
hard stuff.
Yeah,
Hitting
and
it hard.
there's nothing better than doing the double tongue clink.
when
Oh,
you're
I know, when you're
grilling.
Really?
It's
I
so
know.
good. It's so good. It's my favorite thing in the world.
You're right.
You just close it. And it's oh man.
Why
it's
do
like
we
the
all
only-
do that?
I don't
Guys
know.
being dudes, dudes being bros.
It's the only
Right.
time I actually feel like a man.
Click the
Tell me
tongs,
about it.
drink
It's just
the
like clink
beer.
clink. It's so good.
Mark says a PBR. I don't
Okay.
even know what that is, buddy. Someone brought up Red Robin. That feels like, oh my gosh, I can't
Red
remember the last time I've been to a
Robin.
Red Robin. Yum.
Elizabeth says Youngling is my favorite. Yeah, I love a black and tan too.
I've
Ooh,
been to
so
the
delicious.
Yingling like original site or whatever where they do in Pennsylvania when I was an intern there. I was there for a National Eagle Day and they showed an
Oh,
eagle
interesting.
there. Oh, should we show the eagle?
Yeah, let's do it.
We should do that. Transition.
The Eagles have landed literally this morning. We watched it on TV this morning about 6:45 or so, and to see them do this shift change was very, very cool. And here they are.
Yeah. Oh, got a little like bedhead going on. Like looking a little. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that about you. She's mad at me.
So this is the Ott
Ruffled
Family
feathers.
bald eagle nest camera. It's a little windy out there, as you can see, in Warsaw. But under this bird, whether it's mom or dad, is a little baby. And we saw them feeding the other day, and it was just amazing. But then to kind of see them, shimmy out and get comfortable and, be in place while the other one goes out there. Yes, exactly. That's a great word to use, Anita.
Majestic.
Yeah.
Mm.
The power and the might of these birds is on full display and just so symbolic. And that's kind of what I think I love about this. Like when you look in their eyes and you see how fierce they are and their profile. I mean, we talk about eagle eye. Look at that. That is precise and on point. I think it is
It's so
cool.
beautiful. It's so cool. Yesterday they were rocking around in their nest because it was so windy. So hopefully they have a nice, easy day. Some of those branches are moving a little bit. Kathy says, hard to believe those birds are 2 to 3 feet tall. I'm just
Yeah.
finding that out right now. 2 to 3 feet tall.
And their wings are
What?
are massive.
Oh my God, I thought they were little and cute.
No,
They're not little and cute.
Can you imagine if an eagle, little and cute, was the symbol of America's freedom?
I guess. No, but
Yeah, we're little and cute.
America.
Come take us.
No, we're gonna like, gotcha. I did not know they were 2 to 3 feet tall.
Yeah, they're big birds.
And the talons and
Anita
Don't mess
says
with 'em.
they're so unassuming. Anita says they know who they are and they just live.
period.
Julie says after the babies fly away and they leave the nest and move on.
Symbolic.
What?
What?
Janelle?
What?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about,
Janelle says one of the babies died?
Let me get to the feed right now.
That would be awful.
I can't stand for this.
Do you see that in the comments there? Okay, while she's looking, I just want to. The wingspan, 6 feet. Yeah, huge. Oh,
My
a yawn. Did you see that
gosh.
yawn?
Oh! That was me this morning. Oh my gosh.
Who knew birds yawned?
See? I just found that out.
Wow.
I'm learning so much. Oh, what are they doing now?
One of the big bear babies died, Kathy said. Okay, not ours. Okay, thank goodness.
Oh, whose baby? Oh,
California.
bear baby.
Okay.
Oh,
Whew,
big bear.
thank
Okay.
God.
Ooh.
Okay, well, on that note, we are going to bid you adieu. Thank you so much for being with us on a Friday. We appreciate you. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.
Bye, guys.